What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Gonna go over our friend Ethereum. Currently sitting at 1545, down 1.62 on the day. Sitting market cap of 185 billion. 24-hour volume 17.3 billion. Let's hop into the charts. So what we're looking at here is a wave 2 pullback where we're putting in a regular ABC correction. What I'm looking at is that this is your wave 1 high, and potentially you're putting in a wave 2 as a bullish scenario, and we've come down in a wave 1, which is here in green, had a wave 2 looking for that wave 3. We've been counting the 5-wave structure within the green wave 3, so we've come down in a wave 1. We've seen a wave 2 pullback. We've currently seen a rejection from our rejection zone in between the 0.5 and the 0.786. Looks like we're putting in a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern where we've come up with the left shoulder. Here's your head, potential right shoulder. And we're just starting to, looks like we're just starting to break a little bit below the neckline here. So if we do start to come down, that's when we can come down for the wave 3. The really bullish scenario here is that this was the completion of the wave 1. Instead of a regular ABC correction, this was a completion of a wave 1. Personally, I don't see it because the waves aren't long enough. They didn't reach their technical targets. But anyways, if that were to be the case, where all of this was the big wave 1 to the upside, you would take your fib retracement from the bottom of the wave 1 all the way up to the top. And you can see we've already come down. Let me remove these fibs quickly just so it's more visible here. We'll remove this one as well. So a minimal target for a wave 2 pullback is a 0.382. We did break below it just a little bit. So the really bullish scenario is we came up in a wave 1. This is some sort of ABC correction, come down in ABC. And then you're going to see a huge breakout to the upside in a wave 3 to the upside. That's the really bullish scenario, which I don't think is the likely scenario. And there's a couple of reasons why. I do think this is a relief rally, as I've been mentioning here. Just going to scroll everything back to where it was. I just want to pop over to our next chart. So we have a rising wedge. We also have a large head and shoulders pattern, and the head and shoulders and the inverse head and shoulders are the two most likely, the highest success rate to play out. And as you can see, we broke down from the head and shoulders. We retested the neckline, a little bit of a bull trap, broke above it, but we've broken below it once again. I'll pop it over on this chart so it's more clear. So it looks even better on this chart. So you have your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. Let me grab my brush. So you have your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. We broke below the neckline. We had some wick rejections. You can see this. See the bulls trying to push the price up. See these wicks here? And that's the bears pushing the price right back down. So on the daily, we have 2 wick rejections. We may close today with another wick rejection. Just as you can see right here. See these wicks? Wick, wick, wick. What happened after that? We saw a drop. But then we did see continuation back to the upside. However, I do think we're going through an overextended wave 4 pullback, and now we have a bearish reversal pattern. We've broken the neckline, we're retesting it, and we definitely could see that continuation to the downside and begin to put in that wave 5, which I think is a likely scenario, that we've come down in a wave 1, wave 2 pullback, and now we're putting in our largest wave 3. We see that wave 4 and a final wave 5, all right? You can see we came right up to this level of resistance. We got rejected. Where did we get rejected previously? At the exact same level, multiple rejections, and then we saw a drop. We flipped it as support. We saw a continuation to the upside. We came down. We back tested at support. We saw a nice bounce. We lost that level, and now we're retesting it, currently getting rejected. So unless we break above that level once again and hold it as support, then I think the higher likelihood here is we've seen a bounce, but the bulls weren't strong enough to continue to push up the price. We broke that level of support, we retested it, and then we see continuation to the downside. However, if we do come up and break this wave 2 high, then a higher likelihood that we could see a nice push back up to retest these highs. But as of right now, I think we have to focus on this large head and shoulders pattern and the fact that we've broken down from the neckline. All right, guys, your next strong level of support, in my opinion, is down here at 1353. Support here, some support and resistance in this area, and then you're looking at about 1273, and we have a head and shoulders target all the way down at about 1884. I am looking at this as a wave 4 pullback and still looking for that wave 5 in the market. The really bullish scenario, as I mentioned here, is that this was a completed wave 1, and we've already completed a wave 2 pullback, and we're starting to push up in a wave 3. Personally, I don't think it's the more probable scenario. That's just what the chart is telling me. but of course anything can happen. But in the short term, we've seen a perfect rejection from the golden ratio from our wave 2 pullback zone. So if we do continue to fall, that's when we'll put in a wave 3. I can give you a target from the, if you take a trend based extension from the top of your wave 1 down to the bottom up to the top of the wave 2, usually your wave 3 minimal target is the 1.618, which is currently coming in at about 1149 for our friend Ethereum. Now I know the merge is this month and everyone's really excited and they think Ethereum's going to pump to the moon. Just remember that Septembers are historically dumpy, and when you're in a bear market, bullish news doesn't always lead to a huge pump in the price. Sometimes you will see a pump, but the whales can take advantage and then just continue to sell off the price. See a little bit of a bull trap, buy the rumors, sell the news, and everyone starts to buy in and they push the price back down. So just be cautious of that. And as I mentioned, if we do end up and come up and break this wave 2 pullback, we would invalidate the head and shoulders as we'd be breaking the right shoulder, and that could give you a little bit more confluence of a bullish scenario playing out and a breakout to the upside. But even if we do break above that right shoulder, you can still be putting in a left shoulder head and potentially put in a right shoulder. So just keep that in mind as well. But as of right now, we have a beautiful head and shoulders pattern, and currently we are seeing wick rejections on the daily. As you can see here, we're seeing those wick rejections. So if we do continue to get rejected here, that's when you'll see that continuation to the downside for our friend ETH. And if you see us start to break this neckline, we break that shoulder high, that's when you could see that push back up to retest that level of resistance at about 1990, which is the local high for our friend Ethereum. That's it for this one. Big shout out to the Discord. You can get my exact entries, exits, and take profits at the $10 membership. You can sign up through the Patreon link for my leverage trades, for my spot trades. We also have over 2,000 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto. You can sign up through the Patreon if you want to trade with me. Sign up to Bybit. That's where I do all my trading, up to $4,500 in bonuses over there. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.